of the Center for the Streets of Intellectual Opinion. You can have a seat. Oh, hail Liberia! Oh, hail Liberia! Oh, hail this glorious land of liberty shall be ours. Though you are me, bring me a friend, and my day be above. Though you are me, bring me a friend, and my day be above. And my day be above. And my day be above. 1, 2, 3, 4, enjoy and gladness. Let us unite and we shout the freedom of others united. Lord, let the people have them. Des whom of glory liberty by God's command. Des whom of glory liberty by God's command. Put your hands together for the Token National Anthem. As we have our seats.
This is a man who needs no introduction in a place like this and everywhere in Liberia because of what he continues to do in making our country a better place. But for the sake of protocol to not be misdirected, I would say allow me to do so just in a very short period of time, because we will not have to do it for a very long time, because if we are to introduce him saying all of what we know about him, it's going to be a long time. Honorable Alex J. Taylor was born on December 15, 1963, Clay District, Bomi County. He graduated from the African Methodist Episcopal University with a BSc in economics and a minor in accounting. He initially worked as an office manager and resale supervisor for British Petroleum West African Division before taking jobs at various fishing companies in Liberia. In 2009, Honorable Tyler earned a JD from the Louis Attergram School of Law. Honorable Alex Tyler is a Liberian politician and the current Speaker of the House of Representatives of Liberia. He serves as the representative for the 1st District of Bomi County, to which he was elected in 2005 and 2011 general presidential election. He was a member of the ruling Unity Party until in 2005, Honorable Tyler ran for representative for the 1st District of Bomi County as a member of the Coalition for the Transformation of Liberia, winning with 21.5% of the vote against 6 opposing candidates. Following the resignation of former Speaker Edwin Snow in 2007, Honorable Tyler stood for the speakership, winning with 32 votes to his opponents, who had 27 votes. This is a man, like I said, I need no further introduction in our body politics. So to stand here and be telling you all of what he's made of, what he has been doing to promote Liberia, what he has been doing in the interest of making Liberia one of the greatest nations in Africa, we will not leave from here. And so permit me to be very laconic, as was in the case of Moses Black, who is on record for being the shortest term Liberian president. Thank you very much. Honorable MC. The speaker is seated over your Amanda. You know, that's a part of our upbringing. Quickly, I want to call on the heir. He is known as the executive chairperson of this center, who will come to perform for us the traditional ritual of Ceio. Honorable Chairperson, Mr. Franklin K. Wisa, you have the microphone to perform the ritual.
The powerful chairman of part of big Ceio. Ceio! The man is 10 times stronger than Julia Marima Ceio. Ceio!
Comrade, let me admit that you've lived more than I deserve. However, Honorable Ellis J. Taylor, Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives, members of his entourage, other officials of government here present, members of the Fourth Estate, friends, well-wishers of the Center for the Exchange of Intellectual Opinions, friends, well-wishers, sympathizers of the Speaker of the House of Representatives, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Speaker, I don't know whether I'm clothed with the authority to kind of ask you to increase your hand with me. And once the speaker increases his height, it means everybody should do so. Please take with me your glasses. Mr. Speaker, this is where the conscious minds congregate on a daily basis to cross-pollinate on credible issues of national concerns. This is where the ordinary Liberian has an opportunity to have a say in the governance of the state. This is where most of the disenchanted people, basically your citizens, most of whose problems emanate from lack of employment, being out of school, and several other levels of disenchantments, congregate on a daily basis to discuss in a civil manner and not reverting to the dark days. So we are happy to have you in our midst. And as a demonstration of this fact, we make this toast. Welcoming you to the Center for the Exchange of Intellectual Opinions. Thank you.
It's my honor and privilege to bring before you executive committee members and members of Ceio and Liberians at large from all walks of life, including members of the Fourth Estate. What's up? His Eminent, the Speaker of the 53rd National Legislature, Honorable J. Ellis Taylor, to you, the audience, as our guest for today. Honorable Taylor, the people of the town. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, you may have your seats. Thank you. Thank you. It is simple when we think of it only in terms of taking anti-establishment positions. It is complex when we look at it from a broader perspective and measuring successes as against the failures of a ruling party and being objective in terms of contemplating that party's government and rule and play a role that helps our people attain quality of life under a ruling authority. In Africa,
In other third world countries, the word opposition is applied to political parties that are not the ruling party. This is so because these parties present themselves as opposition to the ruling party to the extent of being persistently and perennially opposed to everything, and I say everything. In my opinion, this is the wrong direction that even opposes the desire and will of the people. The role of opposition parties is to checkmate the ruling party whenever there are constitutional breaches. Decisions taken that negatively affect the people, and to remind the government of the day on the platform it presented to the people as the basis for its election and the basis of development and policies implementation. In this direction, parties become not opposition, but protesting and contesting parties, seeking to ensure that the government of the day honors its pledge to the people. Political parties are governments in waiting. During the period of waiting, what should be the activities? In my view, there should be regular interaction with the government and joint efforts to ensure the social and economic viability of the people and state. Governments in waiting should join the government of the day to attract investments, to create employment opportunities, and to launch community programs aimed at bettering the lives of the people and maintaining the unity and peaceful coexistence of the citizens of the Republic, and not to divide them by promoting anarchy. In order for opposition parties, as they are so called, to achieve this, the government of the day must be cooperative and not to suppress the development of positive intentions and initiatives of opposition parties for fear that they may be popular with the people. But there is an orientation in Liberia, Yale, Africa, that needs to be changed. We have come to the conviction that the role of opposition political parties is to be critical of the ruling party of every aspect of the state governance. An opposition that seeks to recognize the positives of the government and interact with government for the good of the people is considered a sellout. In order not to be branded as such, a line is drawn between the government of the day and opposition political parties. This line of demarcation breaks the protocol of interaction and replaces it with bitterness, hatred, war of voice, and in critical cases, the subversion of the government. This should not be the rule of the opposition in a multi-party democracy. An opposition in a multi-party state must become vocal when the rights of the people are oppressed. They must then become the voice of the voiceless and take meaningful and concrete actions within the framework of the law to ensure justice, fair play, and the protection of the rights of the people. Where there are policy defaults and shortfalls in the performance of the economy, opposition parties should get together to consult and proffer suggestions for the good of the nation and its people. What role is the opposition currently playing in Liberia? For most parties, there is a struggle for state power, which overwhelms its commitment to the people. Most oppositions articulate views that are not popular with the people. Though they speak in the name of the people, yet they articulate personal feelings and expose their weaknesses to their own disadvantage. They thrive on personality war rather than institutional weaknesses. The trend has to be changed. Partisans of political parties consider other partisans as enemies rather than collaborators for the governance of the state. On the other hand, it must be understood that multi-party democracy is simply providing alternative channels through which the people can realize and achieve true happiness and development. It provides an interchange of ideas for the governance of the state. Since the prime objective of the government is to provide happiness to its people, the focus of opposition political parties or governments in waiting should be the achievement of this prime objective. They must be objective, pragmatic, knowledgeable of national policies, and sensitive to the thoughts and aspirations of the people. They must be willing to sacrifice in order to bring happiness to the people rather than themselves. The people must be in charge at all times. The alternative we must offer them now is to serve and restore their hope. With this hope, faith in government can be restored. With this hope, confidence in political party will take a new level. With this hope, voters turnout will increase. Voter turnout will increase over the past year's statistics. With this hope, the security of the state will be championed by the people and not by military and security sectors. With this hope, tribalism and other social and religious differences will be replaced by the strength of unity. And with this hope, speculations, negative perceptions, distrust, suspicions will become a thing of the past. On our basis, concentration as a nation and people is to focus on the transformation of the economy. This transformation should not be built on the voice of Jacob, but on the hand of Esau's sequel. The transformation political parties should seek for the people must be positive action for Liberians to drive their own economy. What we need is not just tests for power that will lead to the perpetration of the same governance doctrine and the same routine. It takes vision and development-oriented and spiritual leaders to move Liberia from this trajectory to a more prosperous and secure one. It calls for a collective effort. This means that we have to think big, act big, fly above our current levels of pettiness and begin the transformation processes. This starts with our minds. Our minds are too quick to judge and quick to condemn. Contesting political parties should formulate new agenda to replace the old. Their political platforms should not be written from assumptions, but should be written as a result of consultations with the people. The electors should imbue virtues and sound judgment that will disallow rumors, decision based on pages of newspapers or the airwaves. We must generate new sets of goals, new sets of attitudes, new methods, and new strategies to forge ahead.
People say let's the intellectual, let's
In this, the electorate must set standards on who become national leaders. Currently in our country, the electorates are driven by misplaced and misguided sentiments. This course has to change. All of us have that responsibility. This is the challenge I leave here today. It is my hope that the thoughts expressed today will be taken in the right democratic spirit. Once more, honorable ladies and gentlemen, I greet, salute, and hail you for being a vital part of the new pluralism which has blossomed across the length and breadth of this glorious land of liberty. Largely sport, corn and boy, our eye shops, palava huts, street jurors, ghetto pundits, who are no small part of our fleshing democracy. Thank you, God bless you.
All the people of Ceio can say, and the Liberians are largely present, is thank you, Honorable Speaker, for the fine deliberation. Not to waste time, because we are tied to time. This program has been live on the Prime FM radio station, so we want to come to taking questions. In the first category of questions, we'll take questions from journalists, members of the Fourth Estate. So there will be the first category, and then we'll open up the second category. The first category will be restricted to journalists. You call your name, the station you represent, and you post your question.
Okay, Honorable Speaker, my name is Beckley Boapi. I report for Prime FM. You resigned from the Unity Party. And what I want to know is, what was the main reason of resigning from the United Party? Do you have any regrets leaving the United Party? And you have then known as or betrayal from partisans of the party, including the chairman of the party, vice chairman. So, what was the impact when you were at the United Party?
Let me quickly set the check. One question per person. You want to lay your emphasis, all is in 1 minute. I am the sole proprietor, I'm keeping the time also. All is tied in 1 minute. The question is why you left Unity Party. Nothing more, nothing less.
Please increase your height.
I listened to the speech. You spoke of opposition political parties. What would be your own bias? Because as you speak now, the Unity Party has put forth a
Please call your name and the station the news outlet you represent.
Bulletin Fire from Unity. What is is your own advice for political opposition parties? Because as we are all aware, the Vice President Joseph Boakai has announced his candidacy to contest the 2017 election. So what is your own advice to political parties, opposition political parties, to see that the opposition can take this election? Thank you.
Please give me the microphone.
Please, get another check. Any generally fail to call your name and your station you represent, your time to ask question will be cancelled. This is script. You take the last one, then the speaker will respond.
Thank you very much. The name is Matthias Mabindi. I represent Red Power FM. Other speaker, thank you very much for the speech you provided here today. I did listen to you quite well. You said that opposition parties, the responsibility of the opposition parties is to checkmate the ruling party. My question now to you is that haven't the opposition political parties done well in terms of checkmating the unity party-led government? Should opposition parties double up their effort in checkmating this government? Thank you very much.
So, Honourable Speaker, you have the time.
Thank you. Let me take the last question quickly. Opposition political parties have done very well. What I've said is that we need to do more. And our job is not only to criticize. Opposition political parties' job is not only to checkmate, but to offer suggestions. When you checkmate and you list out the ills of the government, and the breaches they committed, and now you offer suggestions on how to address that. That will be the role of political parties going forward. And I think that's what we ought to do. But political parties have been doing well in terms of calling the government to order. Why did I resign from the Unity Party? Let me indicate, because there have been misconceptions around the concept that I joined the Unity Party is wrong. I went to the Unity Party by way of a merger. I was a member of the Liberian Action Party. I went to out a merger with the Unity Party. And normally in a marriage, there are certain agreements. And what we have was the article of mergers and the menu of the merger. In my opinion, my personal opinion, I was convinced that the purpose of which we came together was not being naturalized. And so we have no alternative but to leave. I have no regrets in leaving the Unity Party. Contrary to what you heard, the Unity Party did not make Ellis Carter. I went to the Unity Party when I was already Speaker of the Legislature. And even the Unity Party is on record. You can ask some of my colleagues, did not want me to succeed myself because of the person they know me to be. I say yes when I'm supposed to say yes. I said no, I'm supposed to say no. So I got no regrets. My advice on political parties, to answer your question, if opposition or if governments in waiting, I choose to call them that way, if they are to be the government of tomorrow, the handwriting is clear on the wall. It means we must come together. We must come together and craft a platform that will be based on suggestion from the people. In other words, we go to the people and ask them, what do you want us to do? What is it that past governments have not been doing that you want to see when this group is elected? That should be their role. First come together. There should be no greed for who wants to be here of the ticket, because for some of us that does not matter. What matters is Liberia. And it would be a good thing if political parties come together, form mergers, form coalition, form alliances. Thank you.
Thank you.
2017 will pull our brothers and Ceio.
Thank you. We want to take two more from the journalists if they are any. If they are not, go down to kind of take closer. Please, I want you to come closer. They might you to be under control. I don't have to send the mark right there. I want to look at the mark. Please. Yeah, come on, Johnny.
Thank you very much. My name is Thomas Jonin. I write and report for the Independent Voice FM. Thank you very much for coming. My question has to do with the major investment, the two buildings I have around the Rawafi Highway. There are speculations from Raymond that spent over $2 million. But you are the right for evidence to give us how much it is spent for the buildings of these two institutions. My second comment has to do with...
What? We're taking only what?
We're taking one. Please. We are taking only one. Any other journalists? Yeah.
We are taking one per person.
Amanda.
Look, listen,
We have the authority here, we have the responsibility to protect the case. We said one question per journalist. Nobody asked two. We can't make anybody an exception to that. One more question a minute for journalists, then we'll go to the audience.
Amanda, I was the speaker was clear by Amanda.
The speaker is taking note. I mean, that question in my mind is a personal question, but I don't know. The speaker will decide whether he will respond to it or not. I'm giving a view of my authority as the moderator here today. I mean, if somebody build a house, how much to spend is personal. But if you think they respond to it, we'll give you the time. No, please, let us be given access to other responders now. Please. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I said in my deliberation that we are quick to judge and quick to condemn. Now you have the opportunity to hear from the horse's mouth. But you just gave me a few minutes. Let me take you through. Because some of those who consider as being part of the intellectual community should be under obligation to inform the rest of the citizens. Let me tell you, before coming to government, this Alex Tyler was a 50% shareholder of the Continental Fishing Agency. That company existed for 17 years. Before coming to government in 2006, I owned one of the largest piggery in Maserado. For those of you from the Banja area, you can attest to that. We used to slaughter a minimum of 10 logs a week. Then coming to government, I joined the government after our election of 2005, and I've been there now for 10 years. As a businessman, there are a lot of investments opportunities, there are a lot of things that I can do, but I'm telling you, you will never know. Most of the money that I use to construct what is today the Chinese Little Paradise, the records are there. I want the journalists. I'm speaking, I'm sure this program is live, to go to the Echo Bank, to go to Guarantee Trust, and to go to FBI. As I sit here today, that investment say owes LBDR a little over 200,000. The records are there. I was surprised the other day when somebody said, how is it possible that the investment cost a little over $1 million and I only owe $225,000? Let me say to you, no bank is going to give you a loan when they do not know your capacity to pay. And so every month, thank God I'm now a flamboyant person. I live within my means, so I've been able to direct my resources. Yes, I'm the Speaker of the Republic of Liberia. I tell most of my staff and my friends that just entitled is that money. So the little I get, I use it wisely. I have, for the person who was so concerned, and I thought they should know, I have assigned all through the years, even at the moment, my check to the LBDR, and what I received from there is the change after they deduct the money I'm supposed to pay. The loan at LBDR is for 8 years because for real estate. And so over the period, I'm sure I'm supposed to pay for that. If anyone has records of where I took money other than my actual income, please publish it. I'm a public figure. You are under obligation to secure government funds. Please publish it. And so, for those of you who are concerned, and let me just say, I got no regrets in our project and bill. I got no regrets when that is done. If I have means of income, if I have to go to the bank again to borrow money, to do it 10 times over, I will. I got no regret whatsoever. I will do it because I, Alex Tyler, will not take a dime from this country to invest in other countries when we need all of the investment. I stand by that, and I will not do it. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. We are coming to the general audience. We take the last journalist. I guess you are? Yeah.
Right after you will take the audience.
Good afternoon, Honorable Speaker. My name is Paul M. Bedu, and I publish the Eyes of the Globe newspaper. My major concern here is about the future of Liberians. And I'd like to know exactly what do you envisage about the future of Liberians, specifically the youth that we see around today. What do you envisage about the future of Liberians, sir?
Let's pass the mic to the speaker. We have to respond.
Thank you. How do I envisage Liberians? And of course, when you say Liberians, and what I envisage for the future, it implies that the youth are those that must be developed. But let me just say for the record, and for the benefit of the faces I see here today, I can assume that the majority of us are young people. I said that I'm an old young man. You got past 50. All right? So I'm an old young man. You have to prepare for tomorrow. Most of us give too many excuses. If I jokingly say, the only manufacturing plant in Liberia is the one that manufactures excuses. Some of those you see today that you admire, I am a classic example. I came from a humble background. All the things maybe you're doing, I've done worse. But I kept a focus, and I was to attain a level. And so the future cannot be better if you are not prepared. I hate people, I hate when I hear you say, you know, I want to go to abroad, and that's we got schools here. All of us you see around here, including my colleague from the African Methodist University, Episcopal University. We went to school right here. And so start from here. Prepare ourselves because the future will surely come. Let us prepare for the future and let us elect come 2017 those who think will better our future. Those who think will take the youth into consideration to make them better tomorrow. Liberia can never get better if the issues of the youth are not settled. And what are those issues? Education is paramount. Attitude is important. Discipline, of course, makes a person. You gotta be disciplined. You gotta know when to be here and when to be reading your lesson. But look what is happening. We gave all of the excuses. When the national exam results come, some of us want to put our heads under the table. We can make it. Liberians are talented, but you need time. You need some time. You need to give yourself some time. And you must make that sacrifice now. Then you hold the government to do the other one. Hold the government accountable while you make the sacrifice right. You be prepared and willing to learn, willing to sacrifice some time. Thank you.
Ceio! The ever-present speaker has spoken, Ceio!
Thank you. Let me announce that we have divided this place into 5 quadrants. This is quadrant number 1. The layout behind is quadrant number 2. This is quadrant number 3 there. From here there. From here is quadrant number 4. And this is quadrant number 5. We are taking 5 questions. Because we have 3 questions from the radio. They are all listening by radio and also want to partake to have an interaction with the speaker. Alright, that is all consideration. So we'll take 5. Beginning with the quadrant and the last. We'll take you there, back there, my brother.
Yeah. Please pass the mic. Who did you speak through the mic? Nobody else.
Thank you very much, Mario. Good afternoon, honorable speaker. I'm Anthony Ceio Jr. and I live in Ghana's-Ville. We had a topic today. Listen to you say on the issue of political parties' role in our democracy. You said, and if I should quote you repeatedly, that political parties should engage the government. You recently, as a staunch member of a new political party that was certificated, operate as an opposition political party. How have you, along with your party, engaged the government, and in what possible way are you moving? Thank you.
I will take you. Yeah, you.
Thank you very much. My name is John G. Wanda Jr. Honorable Speaker, I thank you for affording me the time to talk to you. My concern has to do with this government has served pretty close to over 1 decade. How can you describe the relationship between this government and opposition political parties?
Yeah, we'll take you. Rescue.
Then the speaker will respond after that. We'll take the rest.
Good afternoon. Honorable Speaker, my name is Collective Doba, the 2007 graduate of the African Military Episcopal University. My concern has to do with Representative Solomon George that said that the legislature has below themselves to the executive. How can you address on that?
So the speaker will respond, and after that we'll take the rest back. He said Representative George has said the legislature has below themselves to the executive. What's your response? Yeah, below to. Yeah.
Let me say for the record that even though I left the Unity Party, I have not joined another party. I will do that as a politician. When the time comes, I'll make that announcement public. And I want to encourage I'm responding to the people who talk about the engagement. I'm encouraging political parties to remain engaged
with the government. Proper suggestions. Positive suggestions. But the suggestion to be proper will be for the benefit of the people. That's why I say in my deliberation. It's not just your job to oppose everything. As you oppose, give us suggestions. Positive suggestions. The other question is how can I describe the relationship between the government and opposition political parties? I think it's been cordial because government is doing what she has to do as a government and the opposition are doing what it's supposed to do, except that it will add a little flavor, and our flavor to be, for instance, for political party or group of political parties took the president's annual message and dissected it, there could be a counter to suggest the president listed achievements and challenges, and you can look at the achievement, dissect them, and get suggestions what you think more could be done, and let those suggestions be made public. It's not sufficient to criticize. Anybody can criticize, but when you are there, whether you are able to perform. So since you are government waiting, tell them this is an alternative. These are our suggestions. These are the errors that government made, or the mistakes, and these are the way it should be corrected. And I think government should take that in good faith. On the issue, I'm sure my brother was referring to Representative George, where he said, in a way, I may not be able to quote him verbatim, but in a way, the legislature has in a way relaxed its oversight responsibility. Yes, you will always find this in a democracy. Strong legislature means weak executive. Weak legislature or rubber stamp legislature means strong executive. So there will always be this struggle of power between the executive and the legislative branches. In fact, one of my colleagues said, it normally said when two elephants fight, the grass suffer. In government, when two elephants fight, when the legislature and the executive fight, the people benefit. Because they both will be talking about the people, except that it will be certain different priorities. The legislature will say we want this for the people, the executive will say we want that for the people. And in between there, the people will benefit. So it's obvious. The legislature and the executive will always have that kind of exchange. And our role is critical. Sometimes the public do not even revert to the Constitution. If we were exercising our authority on our Diakite folk, there are a lot of things that will be stopped. But the Constitution and the framers of the Constitution were very smart people. They left three things in there that we must do. They say we must collaborate, we must coordinate our activities, and cooperate one branch with the other. Because if we are going word for word, straight construction of the constitutional language, there are a lot of things that will not move. For instance, the Constitution says in Article 34, only the legislature can borrow. What that means is we can commit the country. However, there are times the executive will go and enter into an arrangement and the Senate will say rectify. If we say, listen, the legislature will have to sit, for instance, with those who gave it the loan, or we have to authorize it before you negotiate it. A lot of things were left behind. That's why we send our opening remarks this legislature. I'm not speaking for the Do, the Tottenham, or the Togo era, but this legislature, in my mind, has done well. And I think Liberians ought to give us a pat on the back. We will not do all. We are humans. But to the best of our ability, check the executive, check our job. And so there will be back and forth, struggle for power, but our role is to provide oversight, and that will not be compromised. Thank you.